You guys ever notice this little wrinkle that I have in my fabric? Well, I know some of you guys do because I get comments on it all the time, and believe me, it drives me nuts. I am well aware of those because I covered those, and I am the reason that there are wrinkles in it, and it's actually been part of this laundry list I have of things that I've been meaning to get done on the plane, just haven't taken the time to do. But today's that day. I got Nick coming. We're gonna change out some avionics, wire up some new plugs for headsets, and hopefully if we have time, we're gonna change out the landing gear. And then I'm gonna tell you a little story about a long time ago when I actually bent that landing gear, which kinda is what led to the wrinkly fabric on it.
I'm Trent Palmer. I fly drones for a living and bush planes for fun. Follow along as I journey off the beaten path of aviation.
What is
What's up, dude?
How are you?
Good, how about you?
It's good. Hanging in there.
Ready to get some crap done on the airplane?
I guess.
Last night was Thanksgiving, and Nick might have had one too many turkey wings.
Maybe. Something like that. Oh, that thing's tiny.
Cute.
It's precious.
So the first thing on my list is, you guys remember I took my constant speed prop off, and with that, it allows me to take out the stock Flight Systems EMU, which controlled the constant speed prop. Basically, it used to be a single lever control that, based on wherever my throttle input was, it would basically tell the governor where it wanted the prop to be RPM wise. But since I'm not using that anymore, there's no reason for me to keep that EMU in there. And so Garmin was nice enough to send me one of their demo models of a 7-inch G3X screen. So we're gonna put a second G3X screen in. That way I have some redundancy. I can still use that side for engine monitoring. But if my other screen were to go out, then I have a backup. Right?
Yeah, but if everything goes out, you're just dead in the water.
And then I just gotta look outside and fly the plane.
Which is tough.
Scary. So we've got a printout of what the cutout needs to be.
Okay.
So I don't know how you want to do that. I was thinking we could cut the hole open so then we could tape and like draw the...
It doesn't have to be very accurate. It's fine.
River gonna run you down.
Master up. Oh, sweet. It didn't let the smoke out.
That's good.
You know, if you put one into config mode, they both go into config
Am I
mode.
gonna have to like update that?
Oh yeah,
It's
100%.
it's better, newer software than this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was a demo model, dude. Don't you know? Well, it works. PFD software out of date. Well, there's not much we can do now.
That is it for today because we're missing stuff.
We are missing stuff.
Always.
Yeah, can't put the screen in, can't turn it on because somebody doesn't know how to update their equipment. You know, it happens.
All right, so the plan is I need to get some smaller screws because what bolted the old screen in is much bigger than what the Garmin requires. So I need some little socket head screws.
Yeah.
And I need to load an SD card with the newer firmware for my screen so they can play together right. And then we can bolt that thing in, and then we move on to, we're also gonna put some LEMO connectors for my headsets so that I no longer have to deal with my batteries dying. So Bose sent me the connectors for that, which is rad. And then hopefully tomorrow we'll have time to do the landing gear legs.
Perfect. See ya.
Anyway, we will see you guys in the morning. All right, welcome back, day 2. Nick and I just got back here. We're gonna get this screen updated, get it installed, and then jump back into the headsets, and then hopefully if we have time, do the landing gear.
All right, go ahead and turn that thing on. Update. You know, the only one that doesn't update through this is the transponder. That's why it's got that USB dongle on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Has to be done when you turn it on. Oh, look at that. It does do it. Would you look at that? Just look at it. Their charts.
Okay, so we got both set up. Cool thing is, when we go to the engine monitoring, we can go to fuel calc, and I finally have to where I can set how much fuel I have on board. It'll tell me my fuel used on that flight, my endurance, the no wind range, my fuel economy, so I know my miles per gallon. It's
Pretty fancy.
Yeah, it's just a little bit fancier of a version of the stock box, but if I want to, I can go and get all the other data. I think this one's good, dude.
I think we're good. Moving on to your other stuff.
Yeah. All right, so while Nick is working on doing the Limo connectors for the headset plugs, I'm gonna start getting ready to start pulling this landing gear off. But I probably owe you guys a little backstory of when I bent my landing gear, which happened, I mean, shoot, that had to have been 4 or 5 years ago. I think it was before I had the YouTube channel, and I was out flying by myself thinking I was the king of the world, landing on mountaintops, and had overflown a spot that looked pretty smooth. I knew that there was rocks there, but I had a planned path between the rocks of where I could land. I just knew it was really short and there really wasn't a go around. So when I was landing there, I came in really slow, got it down to a full stall. Being full stall with an uphill landing, I hit pretty hard, and I just so happened to find a good sized rock with my right tire. Well, I just landed at this new spot up on top of this hill, and I landed and lifted this rock with my left gear and actually bent my landing gear a little bit. See, that thing is definitely bent. Ugh. That sucks. So it wasn't a catastrophic failure by any means. I've seen other people that have broken their landing gear legs and it's been like on a weld and the wheels come off or something like that. Mine wasn't that bad, but I did bend the landing gear leg. So I ended up taking that landing gear leg off, sending it back to Kitfox. They replaced just that back tube, and then I recovered it. Problem is, I'm not very good at fabric, and both landing gear legs, I overheated the fabric when I put them on, so they're all wrinkly. Like I said, this one's been bent and repaired. Anyway, I'm just way past due for a new set of landing gear legs. And again, going back to the failure, it definitely was a landing gear failure, but all things considered, something is going to give when you land too hard for your airplane. So while I've had other friends, like I said, that have broken off their, like at a weld at the bottom where the axles bolt on, I've seen that fail and then it ended up totaling the airplane. But I've also had friends that have landed really hard and actually bent their fuselage. Basically the longeron tubes have bent. So knowing that at some point something's gonna give, just standard bend in the center of one of those tubes is probably the best way it could fail, but it still was a failure nonetheless. So anyway, that's the story of when I bent my landing gear. So we're gonna go ahead and get that fixed today. All right, new landing gear legs, no wrinkles. Now it's time to bleed some brakes.
How many PSIs? Oh, mother. Why'd you have a clamp on there, dude?
I didn't build it.
Jesus Christ. Kidding me? Are you kidding me? I just ruined my $200 shoes.
I'll buy you new shoes.
No, you're not. I hope that was on video.
It was.
Just bleep it out the whole time.
Okay, so we got the pressure bleeder from the bottom in the mess. Pushing up, and I'm watching this end. Basically, here's the reservoir. We got the hose coming out, or the tube coming out, but you can see it's moving stuff, but...
Are we done yet?
Oh, it's there.
Done?
Yeah.
All right, I'm opening this one up.
You don't want more fluid in there?
I think we're okay for now, dude. It's got quite a bit.
Okay. Nice, dude.
Nice! I'll be responsible for stretching the crap out of your airplane.
I know. Dude. This is a huge improvement, and both the screen and the headsets are going to be sick.
Yeah. I mean, besides how long it took not much time.
Yeah. All right, so we got it back together. I decided I didn't even need to do an oil change. I forgot I have not been running any lead in this engine. I've been running Swift fuel for a while now. So I'm not even due for an oil change yet. So we knocked everything out. Thank you, Nick.
Absolutely.
I do also have to say thank you to Garmin as well as Bose for not only making like the best products out there, but for being so supportive and helping me with little projects like this. I do owe one other big thank you to the sponsor of this video, Squarespace. And for those that don't know, Squarespace is the ultimate platform to build a website and run your business. You start with one of their award-winning templates and craft it into your own professional-looking, beautiful website that works both on mobile as well as PC. Does it work on Apple products? It works on everything. They've got 24/7 customer support and they have features for literally every industry. So I don't care what it is you're trying to do with your website, whether it's an online store, a personal blog, a website for your company, you can do it with Squarespace. So if you haven't yet, head over to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to purchase, go to squarespace.com/Trent Palmer. They'll get you 10% off. And now we are gonna have a celebratory beer and I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up and hopefully we will be back to flying in the next one. So, you guys know the drill. Like this video if you do, subscribe if you haven't, come be my wingman. See you on the next one. Peace.